We're live, huh? All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 218 of Crunch Time. I'm going to be your host today. I'm Tanner Dislin. That's Sam Godsey. We are the N326 duo. Sam, how are you feeling today, my friend?
I was good about an hour and a half. We're debating on switching platforms we're streaming on. Was messing around with that for way too long. Decide, hey, let's just go live tonight. Get some content out for y'all. It's been an exciting week in sports. Usually, we get a little bit of a lull this time of year with the NBA finals entering the field of sports, but we also got stuff outside of the hardwood, and it's been a really exciting week for sports in a time of the year where it's kind of dead. So it's been a really fun week. I'm really excited to talk about it.
No doubt about it. I think you'll be hard pressed to find a more pro hockey podcast for two people who do not watch hockey at all, especially during the postseason. So, that's going on, obviously. Um, and the College World Series has been a fun surprise. I know on the men's side, the regionals and the super regionals, but on the women's side, we have, is it game one tonight as we record?
I believe so.
Game one of the Women's College World Series tonight between Texas and Texas Tech. Awesome.
Or game two. Game two.
Excuse me. Who won game
one? Texas did 7-3.
Texas did. So, yeah, we've been the regionals and the World Series were awesome for on the softball side of things. So, all that coming up. So, where should we start?
I think we should start in kind of the headliner right now, and that's obviously the NBA.
I think so too. Now, do you want to go right to the finals, or do you want to do a little post-mortem on the West?
I would like to dance on the Thunder grave. I mean,
by all means,
great call by me. I mean, what
you got out on the right time.
What a great hate watch, man! Not only did the Thunder lose, Chet played perhaps his worst game of his career. And y'all know my feelings on him. So I was super amped up. I loved every second of it. I think Chet at the end of the night had 4 points, didn't score the second half. I loved it.
I don't think he shot in the second half.
That's right.
That's right. Second half.
Mm-hmm.
And that was made way worse by the performance in game one by Wemby's adversary in game one, which we'll talk about later. But it was Chet Holmgren looked very scared. I think even some Thunder players after the game said something like, "We need Chet to be Chet," and he was not Chet at all. He was he was scared. He was scared is the word I keep going back to, because we could talk about how poorly he played this, poorly he played that. When you're not, you can't make a shot. You can't miss a shot if you don't take a shot.
Yeah.
Obviously, the famous quote. So, he was not the player they needed. Shea was the best player on the floor.
Oh, yeah. He was incredible.
He was incredible in game 7. But truly impressive. And I have this takeaway even after game 1 of the finals. Spoiler alert, it did not go the Western Conference champions' way, that being the Spurs. The poise of this team is pretty damn impressive.
Yeah.
For their best player, their leader is what, 21? Is he
21 or 22?
He's 21 or 22. Dylan Harper's 20. Steph Castle is 23.
Yeah, I think their average age of their starting lineup's like 22, 23.
And this is a team that won Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals against the defending champions, against the best team in the game, on the road, and now we're playing.
Wemby is 22.
Wemby's 22.
Castle is 21, and
Harper, I think, is 20.
Harper's 20.
Goodness gracious. Yes, but I thoroughly impressed. For everything that Chet Holmgren was, the Spurs were not. The Spurs were not scared. They were driving in. They were driving in constantly into the paint. It was the most fearless performance I've seen in a while from a bunch of players who cannot rent a car.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, obviously, the Spurs ended up winning and it was capitalized by a Devin Vassell dunk towards the end of the game. A lot of people have a lot of opinions on it. Let's call a spade a spade. It was an FU dunk to the
Yeah,
Thunder.
exactly what it was.
Your thoughts on that?
Look, is it a little bit of like a yeah? Was it an FU done? If I was a Thunder fan, Thunder player, would I be upset with that? Probably.
Oh yeah,
Do I love it? Yeah.
yeah.
Are you
It
kidding?
was awesome. I loved
Like,
it.
th- what? Now this leads into a bigger conversation because there was a reaction and one that I really, really, really want to talk about because I have some thoughts when the game was actually over
Yeah,
and Wemby reacted the way he did.
yeah,
We not too long ago we did a top 3 or 4, maybe even 5 things why that frustrate us about the NBA regular season.
yeah,
And one of the top ones is that it looks like the players don't care. It looks like they're part of the cool kids club, and basketball more so than other sports have this idea where when people don't care, they don't play hard like in pickup or anything like it's cool to not care.
yeah,
And I hate that. You hate that. We talked about how much we hate it. It's cool when people care.
yeah, yeah. Obviously, talking about Victor Wembanyama's reaction here. Um, this isn't just a one-off game for Wembanyama. It dates back to when Chet and Wemby were like 17 or 18. They played U.S., France. Chet and U.S. ended up winning that. Chet got named the MVP of that world. I want to say it was the World Cup. So, like, this is a very heated rivalry. This is one of the, and it's headlined by those two guys. And to beat a guy who you've been aching to beat all these years, you're gonna have emotions, and I think that's awesome. Like, we don't see that in the NBA. We've talked about it. And is it I- is it an overreaction now? Like, again, these teams have so much history, or Wimby and Chet specifically I want to focus on because I think that's where a lot of the emotion came from. Um and he is, what did I say, 22 years old.
Mhm.
Like, it was awesome. You don't see that in pro sports, period. And I don't have an issue with it. And people that are saying it's corny, like, look what the Thunder have been doing the past like 6, 7, 8 months. I mean, like, there was nothing corny about it for sure.
Look, what you're all, what everything you're saying is absolutely correct. There's a rivalry there. It means a lot to him to overcome, specifically someone who has who he has his history with. Frankly, I don't care about all that. What I care about, the minute it is not kosher within the NBA to celebrate a game 7 victory to win the conference on the
Mhm.
road against the best team in basketball, then I don't want anything to do with that sport.
Yeah.
This is the pinnacle of the sport. Like the conference finals, the semifinals. You're on the road and you're 22 years old and you lead your team to a game 7 win on the road. That is I can't think of a better time other than winning the finals. I can't think of a better time to celebrate. And we're
Yeah.
getting on a guy for showing emotion.
Yeah.
Get the absolute hell out of here. It's cool when people care. It's cool when people show you how much it means to them. That makes you make it, watching them accomplish it makes it mean more to you. Like I cannot believe that line of thinking.
Yeah.
There is legitimately only one time I think I've watched someone celebrate, and I was like, "That's a little bit much, dude." And that was standing on the scorer's table, throwing your jersey when you won the playing game. That was
Yeah.
which like that was a little much. And even then, some people were really harsh on that. I tried to be not as harsh as other people, but like, yeah, that was a little much. But celebrating a conference championship
Yeah.
and saying, "Whoa, that's corny, bro," is crazy to me. And I hate this idea that if you don't win the finals, you haven't accomplished anything.
Yeah.
Maybe that's true for the Thunder because they're coming off of a finals appearance. Maybe that was true for Kobe late in his career or LeBron now because he's made the finals. LeBron's made it, what, 12 times or something?
Yeah.
Like, sure. This team, whose average age is 22 years old, you want to win the finals. Obviously, that's the goal. If they don't win the finals, they still accomplish something real this year.
Yeah.
And I hate the fact that people just don't acknowledge that because, oh, they didn't win the finals. Screw that, man. Each team is different, and this team accomplished a lot. Even in they're still going, obviously. They're not done. But to say that, that this is loser behavior, they haven't won anything. No, they won the West, and that's
Yeah.
a big damn deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that really, really bothered me. But yeah, dude, I could not be more impressed with the Spurs in that game 7.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Any more on that game, or should we
Uh,
go
I-
right to the finals?
Let's go right to the finals.
Because game 1 was last night. We're live on Thursday. Game 1 was on Wednesday, and the Knicks now have a 12-game playoff winning streak, winning 105-95. Just what do you think? Give me your thoughts.
Yeah, this game was ugly. There's no sugarcoating it. Wemby, obviously the headliners, Wemby and Jalen Brunson weren't their best selves tonight or last. Excuse me. But like the fact, I know a lot of NBA fans are not going to say this was a great game because the end score was 105-95. Personally, I loved it. Like, it's nice seeing guys struggle for shots. That's how it should be in the NBA Finals. It should be the toughest series of the season, and I think it showed last night. It was two great defensive teams, a thing you don't really see a whole lot in the NBA these days. I mean, we are obviously. I'm sure you have some thoughts on Brunson's fourth quarter because he was unreal. It just like he flipped a switch. But like it was just back and forth the entire way. There was a quick run in the first quarter, but you can't really take that seriously because there is so much ball left. But it was a super fun game, and I know a lot of NBA fans aren't going to agree with me on that, but I thoroughly enjoyed this one.
I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. Like, don't get me wrong, it is sometimes fun when both teams are making everything, and you're getting up and down the floor, and there's buckets on buckets, and you're like, this is awesome. But I just like a slog of a game is fun. A
Yeah.
physical game, a game where it feels like every bucket means so much when points are at a premium. I totally agree with you. Broad strokes on the game, because I'll be honest with you, I can sit here and probably talk about this game for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But the broad strokes of the game is that, like, look, it felt like a game 1. Both teams are really trying to find their footing. Neither team shot the ball well, unless your name was Champagne. But neither team shot the ball well. Spurs felt like they had control of this game for a lot of it. They threw a punch in the first quarter. Knicks threw one back in the second quarter. Then the Spurs threw a punch early in the third quarter, and the Knicks threw one back late in the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter was pretty much back and forth all quarter. But in the game where you didn't shoot well, where neither team shot well, I don't think either team played well per se. Like, it's weird because when I look at like the individual performances of the Knicks, I can go guy by guy, and I think individually they played well, but as a team, like the team didn't play well. They didn't play as well as they had in the past couple series. And winning that game is huge. Winning the game where neither team shot well is huge. Because we could be having these conversations when you're down 0-1 and you're like, oh, well, you were on the road and you didn't shoot well and you were shaking off the rust of game. We're shaking off the rust of game. Or of the long break you had, but we're having these conversations in a win.
Yeah,
that's massive, and you put yourself in such a great spot with game 2, where you could potentially take a commanding 2-0 lead coming back, or you could come back in a tied series and having accomplished what you needed to, taking a game in San Antonio. So that's the thing. it's a double-edged sword because I don't think the Knicks played well and they won, and that's awesome. They won on the road, but then again, Wemby didn't play well,
Yeah.
and obviously Wemby is the X factor in this series. But yes, and when it came down to it, neither star played well, but when the fourth quarter hit, one of them stepped up, and that was Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we dive too deep into the Jalen Brunson fourth quarter, because it was really incredible, I do think this game is won on two people's shoulders. And I would not say Jalen Brunson is one of
I'd
those
agree.
two.
I'd agree.
I think Carl Anthony Towns might have had his greatest playoff performance of his career. You look at the stats, you're like, he only scored 18. We've seen him drop 30. We talked about this off air before this series. Who the hell was going to guard Wemby? And to be honest, Cat was towards the bottom of that list, and he stepped up huge in this one on the defensive end specifically. Obviously, had 18 and 12 on the offensive end, not bad night by any means. But the other guy I want to talk about, probably one of my favorite players in this series, one of my favorite players in the NBA as a whole, Josh Hart. Absolute dog. You're probably looking at the stats. You see 3 points. I tell you, it's in the game of basketball. I know it's not this way as much anymore, but there are multiple aspects to this game, and that includes rebounding and assists. Josh Hart was phenomenal. Name the last time a guard got plus 10 rebounds, it's probably Josh Hart. This is just what he does. He is an absolute workhorse, and he does all the dirty work you don't see a lot of in the NBA. And I love this guy. Obviously, as a Knicks fan, you probably want him to score more than 3 points, but in a sloppy game like this, a guard getting 15 points is a difference between a win and a loss. That's just how it is.
Yeah. The 15 rebounds is, I mean, if you came to the game and you said, yeah, Wemby, Cornette, Mitch Robinson, Karl Anthony Towns are all playing in this game, Josh Hart's going to lead the game in rebound.
Yeah.
I would have punched you in the face.
Mm-hmm.
To put it this way, my thoughts on Josh Hart, because Josh Hart is the definition of a winning basketball player. Me and my buddy, we have this like joke where for all of our favorite teams, we have a list of people we would die for, and it can never be for the Knicks, like I couldn't have Brunson on there. Like obviously Brunson's the best player. Like you can't put your best player. It's someone who is not the best player, who does the little that you just love. And Josh Hart is on that list for me.
Yeah.
He does he's just a winning basketball player, and not only 15 rebounds, he only played 27 minutes because of foul trouble. He played like 5 minutes in the first half. How many of those rebounds were in the fourth quarter when you needed every single possession you could get? It was the single greatest 3-point performance, or not performance from 3-point, but person who scored 3 points. The single greatest person who scored 3 points. That's the best game of anyone who scored 3 points in a game ever. I'm so glad you said that because, yes, I legitimately think he was the best player on the floor in the fourth quarter, which is hilarious because Brunson was phenomenal in the fourth quarter. He's our closer. He was the closer in this game. Josh Hart was the best player on the floor in the fourth quarter. I firmly believe that.
Yeah.
The other one, talking about how much Wemby didn't play well. Wemby didn't play. How much of that was because Karl Anthony Towns?
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever said anything on the podcast because obviously, NBA is not necessarily the forefront, but Mr. Anthony Towns, Mr. Carl Anthony, Mr. Towns or Mr. Anthony Towns, whatever, Mr. Towns. I am so sorry. I have never been more wrong about a player, I think. Where he just, when he first came to the Knicks, and even at the end of his Minnesota days, he didn't have that defensive switch.
Yeah.
He was more than content with playing out in the perimeter and just jacking up threes. Didn't play. The buzzword is soft. He played
Yeah.
soft at times. He was anything but, and he has been anything but this entire playoff run. He's been the Knicks' best player in the playoffs, in my personal opinion. He's been their best player. Their play changed when they started playing through him. Brunson's obviously the closer. He's the scorer. He's the best player on the team. The best player in the playoffs, for my money, is Karl-Anthony Towns. The most important player in the playoffs has been Karl-Anthony Towns, and he was spectacular in this game.
Yeah.
Sam.
100%.
I'm so glad you said something. And I want to throw one more person in there. There's not to the same degree as Josh Hart and Karl-Anthony Towns. The Knicks don't win this game without this player. And that player's Jose Alvarado. When the Brunson looked like he may have been injured, the Knicks are down by like 8. Spurs are the crowd's going crazy. We're not sure about Brunson's health. Like everybody in the world could have been rattled. Didn't have their point guard. Jose Alvarado came in, immediately scored 7 points, got the Knicks back into their offense. Without him, they're probably going into halftime down 14 or 15 as opposed to 6.
Yeah.
And that's just massive, massive, obviously, with it staying within striking distance. So I wanted to shout out Jose Alvarado as well. But that's the thing is like Landry Shamet, he was out of the rotation at the end of the regular season. And I believe he was out of the rotation the start of the Hawks series. He's on a non-guaranteed contract, and he played 33 minutes and was very good in game 1 of the NBA Finals.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's hard to think if it's hard not to think that this exact group of Knicks basketball players last year, with who was coaching the team last year, would Landry Shamet have been found? Would he have been the spark plug for this team?
Yeah.
Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there are so many unsung heroes, and like that's the thing is we all know that the Knicks didn't play well and they won this game. But at the same time, the Spurs didn't play well. Everyone saying this series is over is wrong. It's just not over at all. Wemby's going to win a game. There's going to be a game this series where Wemby's going to hit 5 or 6 threes, and he's going to win him a basketball game. It's about fending that off and winning these games when he's not playing his best, which obviously they did. So in game 1.
Yeah, absolutely. As bad as Wemby was, De'Aaron Fox might have been worse. He struggled in this one, shot 3 for 13. Just wasn't. I mean, just had a bad. It was a very off night, and we've said it once. We'll say it again here. These are the types of games. No matter how ugly, you just gotta find a way to win, and the Knicks did that, and the Spurs obviously didn't. It's, and I agree with you. I think this is going to be a competitive series for sure. So I'm excited to keep watching, keep tuning in because something crazy is going to happen every game.
Yeah, and on the Spurs side, we mentioned who didn't play well. We probably should mention who did, like specifically in that first half, because I think just in general, the Spurs offense really struggled in that second half again. Shout out Karl-Anthony Towns, shout out Josh Hart, shout out Mikal Bridges. The Knicks defense has really tightened up in this postseason. But first in that first half, is it Julian Champagnie? Is that his first name? Julian Champagnie could not miss. And he was incredible, and so was Dylan Harper. Who I think it finished the game with 18?
Yeah, I believe so.
17, 18. When he was 6 for 10 from the field. He was really efficient and really good in the first half.
Yeah, he was the bright spot for the Spurs early on for sure.
Dylan Harper finished 6 for 10 with 16 points. 16 points. But you just look at it like quarter by quarter. There's one quarter the New York Knicks did not win. That was the first quarter. They just kept chipping away, and won the fourth quarter, held the Spurs to 40 second half points.
Yeah.
It's winning basketball. So game 1 was awesome. Obviously, I had a lot of fun. Been a long time since I've seen a team of mine, let alone play or win a game in any sort of finals, let alone play in a finals. So that was pretty special. But yeah, game 2 on Friday, tomorrow night. Real interesting stuff.
Yeah.
We could be having a really interesting conversation about this series should the Knicks take another in San Antonio.
Yeah, 100%.
But anything else in game 1 of the finals?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. Where should we move on to next?
We can go NFL, we can go college baseball, softball we can do. You tell me, Tanner.
Let's go to the NFL. Let's work our way through this. What you got for me in the NFL?
Yeah, obviously some trades went down. One being pretty massive. Rams Brown make a interesting trade. Rams receive Myles Garrett, and the Browns get Jared Verse, a 27 first rounder, 2028 second, and 2029 third.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think the Browns did pretty well here. I mean,
yeah.
Verse is really good. He's not Myles Garrett good,
yeah,
but he's really good.
Yeah, I would agree. Obviously, when you see a guy like Myles Garrett traded, you're obviously gonna be a little shocked. But
yeah, no, I was. I didn't even. I mean, the trade rumblings have been going on forever because he's very good and the Browns are not.
Yeah,
I was shocked.
Yeah,
I was shocked.
100%. But I at the same time I was like, you didn't hear rumbling. It was always in the back of mind, but like at least for me, I didn't really see a whole lot of like, oh, this is gonna happen.
Yeah, me neither.
It was very kept close to the chest. And we're Myles Garrett on a good team is gonna be really
the
fun.
Rams are gonna be unbelievable.
Yeah,
and I get it. You know, how many years of Stafford do you have left? Who knows? Now that begs the question: would you have liked to add another first round draft pick to the team instead of a replacement for Matt Stafford? But you know, whatever. Well, that's not the conversation we're having. The conversation we're having is how damn good the Rams are now. Because Myles Garrett with the Rams is going to be crazy. And when this trade went down, just something clicked. There's only one team just crazy enough to do it again and again and again. And it's the Los Angeles Rams, who will never have a pick ever again. But damn, are they good? Yeah,
they're going to be super fun to watch. Jared Verse, don't get me wrong, great player. It's going to be interesting how he plays at Cleveland because he is going to be the guy on that defensive end. So
he's very good. It's a good get for Cleveland. He's not Myles Garrett. No one is. Except for Prime Aaron Donald, maybe.
This trade is the definition of a team buying in for a Super Bowl and a team in the process of rebuilding. Yep. That's what it is.
Yep. No, I agree 100%. Rams are nasty. Another trade, same day, I think.
I believe you're right.
AJ Brown. No one expected this.
No, nobody.
Nobody expected this. AJ Brown's going to the Patriots.
It's about time.
As first reported by Diana Rossini.
She nailed it.
She did a bang up job.
Yeah. Nice. That's nice.
That's the thing. People said this about her, where she got her information. She was right. So,
but yeah, no one should be shocked. It was interesting what the Eagles got. 28 first round and 27th, 5th round. Obviously, the Pats made kind of a deep run. They were in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. They got schmang bopped in the Super Bowl, but they were there.
Like, I guess you're in by now. If you're
I'd say
they're
so.
just a weird.
I'd say so. Last year was weird.
Personally, I think last year was a fluke, but that's
I think I would agree. But like a lot of the reason it was a fluke is because I think some of their around the edges weren't as good.
Yeah.
And when you're paying your quarterback pennies on the dollar compared to, what an elite quarterback goes for nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
buy now, buy now, buy now.
Yeah.
So, that makes sense to me. Now the question is, are AJ Brown and
Drake May.
Drake May going to get along?
Probably not.
Will they get along for the first year, and then will something go wrong?
Prima Donna, AJ Brown. That's for sure.
Yeah, diva wide receiver. It's clear they hated each other, right? I mean,
yeah,
okay. Just making sure we're on the same page there.
Yep.
They can say all they want. They hated each other. Now, Eagles wide receiver room is interesting. Devontae Smith, who I think I may have said it on the podcast, but I think he's a like a JSN breakout candidate.
Yeah,
I think he's quite good. He was just behind AJ Brown, and Lord knows you don't throw the ball at AJ Brown 15 times.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to throw a hissy fit.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how he goes this next year. But I mean, it's a talent for sure that is no longer with Philly. So we'll see what that new look offense, because we're in the cycle of the year where they fire their offensive coordinator.
Yep. So
next year they will probably win the Super Bowl because that's how it goes.
Yeah.
But another contract was given out, Sam. And I want to get your thoughts on this, because a certain wide receiver signed a new deal. I don't know if you saw this.
I did see this.
Yeah, I was just going to give you the 4-year, $110.5 million contract. What player do you think signed that?
Yeah.
My guess would be surely a wide receiver who's had a 1,000-yard season thus far.
Yeah.
Right? Nope, not that. Okay, well, I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah, this is Christian Watson's new deal.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't really understand that at all. Questionable decision by the Packers front office. The only thing I can come up with is Jordan Love wanted him.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the only explanation I can come up with.
Let's play a little game, because I can't comment on this. I don't know how this signing is gonna go. It could be a great signing. Everyone could be. Everyone said this about Jalen Brunson. Like, how much for Jalen Brunson? Turns out he's the best deal in sports. Let's play a little game. You want to play a little game? Let's play a little game. I got 3 questions for you. This game is called Jordan Addison or Christian Watson.
Okay.
Who has been in the league longer? Jordan Addison or Christian Watson?
I'm going to go Jordan Addison.
Christian Watson has by 1 year. He was drafted 1 year before him. So Christian Watson been in the league longer. Who has played in more games?
I'm going to go Addison.
So this one's actually still Watson, but it's by 2. It's by 2 games. He's played 2 more games despite being in the league.
This is a fun game.
Yeah. You're
killing
really good
it.
This next one, last and final one, who has more receiving yards? Jordan Addison, 2 less games, 1 less year in the league, or Christian Watson? More receiving yards.
I'm going to go Addison.
Jordan Addison!
There we go.
Right. Yes. It's one. He's lightning quick and he's tall. That's something you can't teach.
Yeah.
He has not been able to stay on the field. Unfortunate. It's a head scratcher. It's a head scratcher. 30 plus, or I guess, what is that? Not quite 30. Was it 27 something?
Yeah.
27 mil a year for someone like how Christian Watson has been. It's a head scratcher, but hey, there's talent. So we'll see. That's just a lot of money tied up in Jordan Love and Christian Watson. And you know my thoughts on Jordan Love.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I just wanted to mention that because that was a head scratcher.
Yeah.
But is there anything else going on in the NFL world? You think?
Not that I can think of, but
Yeah, I mean, other than like Kyler Murray and JJ McCarthy's comments,
yeah, that's weird.
it was weird. I mean, JJ McCarthy is the number one. Like, we're talking about like corniness, and if celebrating a conference championship is corny, JJ McCarthy's pretty corny.
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy's corny. Obviously, the 9 stuff is crazy to say
Mhm.
out loud and all that stuff. He's corny.
Yeah.
I expect nothing less from him being just that. That's just that's just a so him response. I don't know.
Mhm.
It was weird. Kyler Murray would not have signed with the Vikings if he was not going to be the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
So, competition this, competition that. Kyler Murray will be starting for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
It's first reported here on Crunch Time.
There you go.
Yeah. So, do you want to wrap up with some college World Series?
Yeah, let's talk about it. We are entering the where do we want to start? Do we want to start on the women's side? Because
I say we start with the women's because that's the final going on right now.
yeah, that this tournament has
It's
been
the better
incredible.
tournament, if I say so myself.
It's been absolutely electric. Obviously, you had Nebraska with all their players returning home. You have Texas Tech being practically funded by NIL. They've gotten everyone that's somebody. They have a 2-pitcher. They somehow system where they switch off every inning, and somehow that's legal. Which I will never understand. But this softball, I'm gonna steal a quote from Ebo from Mostly Sports. Softball is by far and away the best women's sport to watch.
It is pretty awesome to watch.
It is.
It is.
It is absolutely incredible. I've been watching quite a bit of it. I've been following this Texas Tech story. Mia Williams, Jason Williams' daughter, is just an absolute stud. The $1 million pitcher at Texas Tech. You have some hometown tie or some Des Moines ties to the Texas pitcher. Went to the same high school as Caitlin Clark. So there's a lot of interesting storylines. Jordy Fromm, that was on Nebraska. The craziness of what's happened postseason, and what she's done to bring. She was at Oklahoma and then
won everything at Oklahoma.
Won everything, and then came back to Nebraska, led them to the, I guess, semifinals. That was electric. Texas Tech beat Bama two times in one day to advance. It has been absolute awesome. If you haven't been watching, I encourage you to, because it's high scoring, high action. So yes, tune into that. Texas Tech, Texas, definitely a fun series.
Yeah, Texas Tech beat Bama twice in the same day, while Texas beat Tennessee twice.
Yeah,
in the same day. You mentioned the Jordy Fromm. Imagine in a winner-take-all Game 3, you hit a leadoff home run and throw a no-hitter for 6/7 of the game.
Yeah,
it's tough, but of the game, and then you lose that game.
Yeah.
Craziness. Go ahead 3-run home run in the bottom of the 6th, I believe, and then the inning flipped and Nebraska had 3 outs after that. It's been quite the watch. And I mean, Mia Williams had a walk-off home run in there, I think.
Yeah.
The crazy extra inning game. Who was that at the extra inning game against? UCLA.
Yeah.
Bonkers.
Yeah.
Tournament.
It is honestly one of the crazier postseason tournaments I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Like an 11th seed. I don't know what Texas is. Are they
Two. They're
are
two.
they a two? But like Texas Tech 11 seed and the Natty is super sick. Uh, it makes you wonder. Obviously, we're just now tuning in.
Which I don't know how is it. Are like they a two seed or are they the two seed? Like is it
I
one through or does each you know what I mean?
I
Like
think it is bracket.
so
I
like
don't know if they
think there
reseed.
was multiple two seeds
Yeah,
or just like
because I know the men's they have pods of four for the regionals, then super regionals, and the World Series. So
yeah.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but
I wonder if they like seed the individual like pods or brackets or whatever, but the one they show on the scoreboard is like their national rank.
yeah, maybe.
So like maybe I assume Texas Tech would be 11 in the country. If they were like 44th in the country, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would assume
Yeah.
so that it's the national. But yeah, it's been super fun to watch. And on the other side, there's a lot of interesting stories in the men's college World Series.
Apparently, like Morgantown, just there's a walk off every day in West
Yeah,
Virginia.
absolutely insane. If you haven't checked out that clip from coming down three into the ninth versus Kentucky, there was a block time run in that series. Scored five, walked it off. It was a 3 game series, just absolutely craziness. But it's we're now entering the super regionals, basically the Sweet 16. So how this works is 64 teams, 16 pods of four, double elimination, and now we're entering basically the Sweet 16, best of three series. So if you're looking for a team to hop on the bandwagon, if you don't pay any attention to college baseball, I got some teams for you. So there are 4 teams seeking their first trip to Omaha. We have Cal Poly, West Virginia. Obviously, we just talked about them. Troy, in the hometown, Little Rock is looking for their first trip to Omaha, seeking their first national title. We got 2 teams in North Carolina, Auburn. Auburn kind of, honestly, both of those teams kind of surprised me, just being Southern teams. You expect them to at least advance pretty far, trying to reach Omaha for the first time in decades. We have Alabama. They're looking to go to Omaha since 1997. And a university I didn't even know had a baseball team, St. John's, hasn't been to
The
Omaha
Johnnies,
in
baby.
1980. Then we have the rare return to Omaha, Oregon. When was their only appearance? What year?
Oh goodness. I mean, we're talking the way you're saying it, like 1972,
Earlier.
1961,
Earlier.
1936.
1954.
Woo!
Is it that crazy?
Ooh.
And then Kansas, only appearance was in 93. There are obviously some notable teams looking to add another to the trophy case. Ole Miss won in 2022, Mississippi State 2021, Texas won in '05, USC 98, Oklahoma 94, and Georgia 1990. There's been a lot of interesting storylines within the College World Series. There's never been multiple 4 seeds to make it to Super Bowl, super regional, that being St. John's and Little Rock this year. And the number 1 seed, overall seed, getting eliminated by St. Mary's. That was UCLA. They have been dominant all year, dominating the Big Ten, have one of the top prospects for the MLB. So that's kind of the quick rundown of what's kind of went on. I'm not going to dive into every series because
Sure.
that would bore some people, but it's definitely been a fun, interesting. Usually you get your Arkansas, your Vandy's, your
LSU.
LSU's, and it's just way different this year.
I always I always get a like a smile when a northern team makes it. And
Yeah.
the odds obviously are stacked against them when it comes to baseball, so that's always fun to see. Question going back to the format.
Yeah.
So it's a 64 team bracket
Mm-hmm.
originally. Is that like a committee similar to
Yeah.
like a selection show type
Yeah.
thing? And you have the top 16 seeds host, right?
Correct.
And then 16 make it out of that, make the super regionals. Each one has a winner.
Yeah.
Now this is it. It's literally just like the highest seed remaining plays the lowest seed remaining, second highest seed,
So
or is there like a bracket?
there is a bracket.
So it just be by the luck of the draw, you could be playing
So
a Cinderella who you
yeah, I'll pull up the
and
bracket.
then it's the super regional is just one best of three, right? And then
So
we go
right now we're in the super regional best of 3. So we have Cal Poly. So there's it's
and they're all just. I guess my point was, is it like reseeded or is it like a function of each pod of
Each
the
pod.
regional is a spot in the bracket, and then whoever
correct.
meets up.
The latter.
Okay.
So Cal Poly won the regional over UCLA, St. Mary's, and Virginia Tech. They're facing West Virginia.
So they've officially essentially a de facto 1 seed because they've taken the
Yeah.
1 seed spot. Okay, I got it. And then in the super regional, you essentially it's just 8 matchups of 2 teams, best of 3, and there'll be 8 winners of that.
This is so. I think so. Super regional is 16 teams.
Right. There are 8 matchups of 2 teams, right?
Yes.
And then
and that's best of 3.
And all of that round is literally just 2 teams, best of 3, and then there'll be 8 winners that go to the World Series.
Correct.
As opposed to the pods in the regionals, it's like a round robin type thing.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Correct.
Got it. Okay.
And then the World Series is double elimination, best of 3.
Right. And that's also like the side of the actual World Series, like that's a function of the bracket too, right?
It is one of the more confusing one of the more confusing postseasons brackets for sure, but it's been very interesting this year.
Now, another one of my questions, I don't know if you have the bracket up.
I do.
Is Ole Miss Mississippi State in the finals a possibility?
Ole Miss is
because that would be awesome.
The left side, and Mississippi State is on the right side.
Oh boy!
Interesting though. Ole Miss is taking on Auburn, and Mississippi State taking on Georgia. So 2 SEC matchups.
2 SEC teams will be leaving.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So
that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So
when are those? Those start? Have they started?
So everyone starts June 5th through the 7th for some games, and then June 6th through the 8th for the others. And then World Series June 12th first through the 22nd. So still a lot of ball to be played for sure.
Yeah. Someone just got hit in the face with a puck and or it may have been a stick, because the Golden Knights coach is very, very angry. But he was bleeding quite a bit as he rushed off. Oh, nope, puck. Oh. Yikes. Oh, God. Hopefully he's okay. That's brutal.
Oh, my. Yeah.
That's brutal. Stop the goal, though. Stop the goal.
There you go.
But anything else as we wrap up the episode? I guess we mentioned the hockey series 1-0 Vegas. Game 1 was awesome. Vegas won 5-4. Did you see the clip? I don't remember. Maybe it was in Canada, or was it Indiana? For some reason, I think it may have been India, where like somehow, some way, the local, because it's on ABC. So
yes, it was. There was like no audio except the crowd. That was sick.
That was sick.
Yeah.
For everyone out there, if you haven't listened, I think it was Indiana, wasn't it?
It was Indianapolis. Yeah,
Indiana. There's a feed somewhere where the audio doesn't work, but the crowd noise does, And game one was in Raleigh, and they scored. I mean, they scored what, like 10 seconds
Yeah,
in?
it was
So
super quick.
So like the crowd's buzzed up because the game's starting. Then they score, but it wasn't just any goal. It was when they hit the post. So you're the ping of the post.
Mhm.
Oh my god, it was
Yeah,
picture perfect.
it was awesome.
Picture perfect. So go watch that if you haven't. Game 2 is currently going on, still 0-0 halfway through the first period. I believe that Carolina's on a power play though. So
Yeah.
but that's going to wrap it up for episode 218 of Crunch Time. Obviously, the main draw at this moment is the NBA Finals. The New York Knicks have a 1-0 lead. I can't believe I'm saying that. But they do. Series not over. A lot more wood to chop. Game 2 on Friday. Talked about the College World Series. How it's been an awesome surprise. Some big trade moves in the NFL as well. The softball tournament, like I said, the biggest surprise in sports right now. It's been awesome. Baseball getting to the World Series, and then hockey going on as we speak. So a lot to be excited about in the sports world, even if you're worried about the winding down of the NBA season. But make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube, where we're live right now, Crunch Time with the N326 Duo. We've said it multiple times. Going to be trying to do more lives, especially during the summer, if we are. Are struggling for content ideas, let's say that with sports not going on, but make sure to follow us on Twitter, TikTok, and X at crunchtime_.
TikTok, Instagram,
What did I
and
say?
X. Twitter, Instagram, X.
Yes. So TikTok, Instagram, and X, crunchtime_pod. But the clock has run out on this episode, and we'll see you in the next one on Crunch Time.
See you. Word.